Hi guys, welcome back to Just Railroading. My name's Charlie. Today we're going to be rebuilding my old train table. Let's get after it. Alright everybody, this is the first and last look of this layout. It's fixing to all be gone. Alright guys, a little update. I had to take the town off, but I got all the fast track figured out. So all I've got to do is rip up this paper asphalt, and I think I can leave all of that alone, and then I'm going to put the town probably down in this area, but it's coming along pretty good. I've got to go get some 1x4s, put on the side of it. I tore off all the old paneling siding that was around it. Now I just got to replace everything, so I want to keep it up, keep working on it, and I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, so I'm getting started on the wiring. I got all the tracks linked, and I even added an extra ground. I know they got these things, but I just don't trust them because it's nothing but pressed together metal. So, and then I've added these because every single place I've drilled a hole. So I'm going to connect them under the table. That way I don't have to solder it all once, one big piece. I can say something happens to this straight section, unsolder, take the screws out, pop it loose, pull it up, fix it, put it back. I don't have to take the whole track up. Alright guys, so I've been working on this for a little while. I've got the outer loop fastened down. I've got the inner loop wired underneath, but I don't have my holes drilled yet for the wires to go through. And it's not screwed down or anything, it's just loose. But I did solder all the tracks together underneath with wires, so that part's done. The only thing left to do is drill my holes and do the under table wiring, and then hook it to the transformer. So I want to come back over here tomorrow and we'll see if it works. Alright, well, I got the inner and outer loops wired up, everything's hooked up. See what we got. This is the inner, this is the outer. There we go. Running good. Alright, well, we know it works now. I just want to touch on something real quick that might be brought up in the comments. Why I went from the old tubular track to fast track. There's two reasons why I did that. One of the reasons is I had a bunch of this stuff already from when I was a kid, because I bought two brand new train sets and they come with this stuff. So I had a whole container full. And then I went around and I purchased these two sets, Line Chief sets, and they came with brand new curves, brand new straights. So I had a good bit of fast track laying around. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, it's a lot easier to join this track together. So you can solder wires to these, and then you can run those wires. Say you could even do it here. Solder them, run them, hook them together. It's very easy to do, as I did this. And you don't have to do that. I just did it because I wanted to. But really, you could snap this stuff together like it is, screw it to a table, hook the original lead to these things here, and you'd be good to go. But I did put this track on. I didn't screw it down, but I set it on the table as big as you see it. Okay. And I put one of my conventional trains, one of those that works off a transformer. And I did notice a voltage drop when it would get right about in there. It would kind of slow down and it would come around and speed back up. And that's gone now, because I connected the tracks with actual physical joints. And it's really hard to do that with this stuff. You can. I'm sure you could if you really wanted to. You could, you could solder wires, drill holes in your table, whatever, and make it work. But for me, this stuff just don't cut it. I had to deal with this stuff for 10 years or more on this layout. And it's just, it works good, don't get me wrong. If you like it, use it. Me, on the other hand, I just got tired of it. My train would speed up, it'd go around, slow down, then it would come up here, and then it would be wide open because I was having to give it, full throttle to get it around. So I couldn't just set them and walk away. Now I can set them and walk away. And I mean, this stuff, doesn't require much. It looks the part as soon as you put it down. Whereas this stuff, I mean, you got to put blocks and little things to make it look good, or you can just screw it down the way that it is. Another thing, I'm adding 3 now, is the radius. This is a 36. This, of course, is a 27. 27 is very tight. Not a lot of cars can navigate 27. The newer stuff, anyway. This 36 is just a little bit smoother, a little bit easier on your stuff. It doesn't slam into the curves too fast. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. And another, I would consider it a tip to anyone out there that's wanting to solder wires. Choose a good solder. I wish I had the roll over here. I don't. This is rosin core solder. I don't know the numbers on it, but if you use any other kind of solder, you'll probably melt the plastic trying to heat it up. So you need to get a fairly low temp melting point solder when you do this, so you don't burn your road bed up. And good, clean copper wire, like sort of like I would buy probably like an 8-foot cord, maybe at like Lowe's, like what you'd plug something into a wall with. That's probably what I'd buy, because that's what I used. And it's just very easy to rip it off. And if you do my method of at each corner, like I'll show you really quick. Alright, so we're under the table, and these are my joints. I pulled the wires through, soldered them together, and I heat shrinked them and sealed them shut on the ends. I did that on both the inner and the outer. I did that so it'd be easier to put them together instead of having one whole track soldered. You can separate it. So I can pull this, say if, I don't know, if I wanted to put a switch in here, say, one day, I might want to put a switch. Instead of having to try to get the whole thing up, cut the wires, I can go under the table, desolder both ends, and then as soon as I get that done, pull the screws out, you know, probably up there somewhere, all the way down. Pop it loose, flip it over, desolder the wires off of the track, install the switch, put it back. So that makes it a lot easier to do things like that. But I think I'm going to call this video here. It's going to be a short one, but until I come up with some more stuff to film, and I know it's going to be a while before I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and end it so I can get this video up. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye-bye.